It is now my pleasure to invite our first speaker of the evening to the podium. With the salutatorian of the class of 2019, Sadie Smart, please come forward to deliver her welcome address. Sadie?
Friends, family, faculty, and fellow classmates. For some of us, this day is the climax of 13 years in the Brookfield public school system. 13 years of ups and downs and crazy changes because we were lucky enough to be chosen as the testing year for all these new, fun, standardized tests. For all of us, though, today is the day of reckoning. Today marks the end of AP tests and SATs and ACTs and CFAs and STAR testing and all the other alphabet soup we've had to suffer through over the years. It is the bittersweet end of proms and school field trips and senior skip days and general high school life. Today is the closing of a chapter in our autobiography. The characters we've crafted throughout high school will take their final bow as we walk across the stage to receive our diplomas. We'll close them into the pages of our storybook like pressed flowers, so in 5, 10, 15 years, we'll be able to look back on and reminisce on this part of our lives. But today isn't just an ending, it's also a beginning. We aren't just shutting a chapter in our lives today, we are opening up another one. There are thousands of blank pages in front of us ready to be inscribed. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. We are standing on the precipice of adulthood, and that's exhilarating and terrifying. So as you go off to college and to this thing people keep calling the real world, to build yourself anew, let me leave you with just a few pieces of advice I've learned over the years at BHS. The first piece comes from a wise coach who led my Calc class to success in the AP BC Calc final. As Mr. Fitz would say, in life, be a proton. Now for the parents in the crowd who haven't taken chemistry in a few years, I'll remind you that a proton is a positively charged subatomic particle. The important word in that definition being positive. Life won't always be kind to you. You will hit walls you think are impossible to surmount, and the challenges ahead will seem daunting at times. But in those darkest hours, remember to be a proton. Stay positive and keep going. Anything is possible as long as you have the right attitude, as long as you are positive in yourself. Speaking of chemistry, the next piece of advice I want to leave you comes from the amazing Dr. Mukherjee herself. If you've ever taken chem with Dr. Mukherjee, you will no doubt have heard her say, live a little. Most of the time she'll follow that up by telling us to do something crazy like make mayonnaise, but the message still stands, live a little. There are a lot of times when we get bogged down in the finite details or get trapped in these never-ending ruts. We find ourselves bored and just doing things to do them. Whenever you end up in the doldrums, remember to live a little. Go stargazing, chase waterfalls, call your friends, build a fort, live a little. Maya Angelou once said that life isn't measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. The only way to experience a moment so magnificent that you lose your breath is to open your eyes, take chances, and live a little. Now in your time at BHS, you've no doubt heard Seigneur de Villa say to you, Hola, que tal? I did take French, but I've been reliably informed that this means, hey, what's up? Seigneur de Villa says this phrase to every person who passes him in the hall, even people like me who's never taught before. It's second nature to him, and it reminds us of a very important lesson. Be kind to everyone. We've all heard the Rachel's Challenge speeches and signed the pledges, so as you grow into the person you are meant to be, remember to be kind. Say hello to everyone, ask how they're doing, lend a hand, go out of your way to cheer someone up. You will never know the difference one simple act of kindness can make until you've done it. So be humble, you bags of chemical reactions, as Dr. Kessler would say, but be proud of yourselves too. Look at how far you've come and know you still have miles of potential in front of you. Do the kind thing, do the hard thing, live your lives and be unapologetically yourself even when people try to change you. And finally, of course, as you go out into the world, always remember to chant it. Thank you and congratulations.
Sadie. In an effort to give them time to prepare for their upcoming performance, would the senior members of the Brookfield High School Band please join Mr. St. George at this time? As they make their way over, it is